So today we're here at the Comedy Arena in historic downtown McKinney. We are going to take a quick look inside, give you a tour of all the ins and outs, and we have a special interview with the owner, Vaughn Daniel. Let's do this. So today I'm here at the Comedy Arena in historic downtown McKinney, and I'm here with the owner, Vaughn Daniel. And let's start out with the joke. We kind of have to do that.
Yeah, of course. That makes the most sense. What do you got?
So how do you track Will Smith in the snow?
I don't know. How do you track Will Smith in the snow?
You follow the Fresh Prince. I know.
That is good and bad all together.
Correct.
That's a good one. That's a good joke. It's a good
Right.
joke.
Yeah, it's not as bad as the fish with, what do you call a fish without an eye kind of thing, too.
Is that?
A fish. Yeah. So Vaughn, tell us a little bit about how you got started. Because were you always in the comedy space? What did you do before?
No, for 25 years I was in corporate America.
Okay.
I worked for companies like Michaels, JCPenney's, and my last employer was Amazon.
Okay.
I was a creative director, a visual communications major at the Art Institute of Dallas. Did that for quite a while. Started doing comedy as a hobby.
Okay.
About 20 plus years ago, just kind of a thing to get out of the house, and it looked like fun, so I started doing that. Mm-hmm. And then that hobby turned into a passion, and then that passion turned into a career, and now I'm doing this full time. Yeah.
That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about, I guess I'm sure your favorite part about your job is probably when you actually get to perform, or is it more of the teaching? What would you say?
It's the people.
The people.
The people.
Okay.
It's the guests that come in.
Okay.
Because when they're coming in here, they're coming in to have a good time and to laugh.
Yeah.
So they're already in a good mood. And then you get to have conversations with them, find out about their lives, and just connect with the community, connect with the people. That's the best part of this job. It's really the connections that we make with people. We have people that are like, I never knew this place was here. And then they visit us and they're like, I'm coming every week. And it's like, okay, I'll look for you. And then we start knowing guests by names and we start getting regulars. So that's the best part.
So tell me a little bit about your classes that you offer for people that are wanting to get into the comedy space.
So we offer a plethora of different classes. We get a lot of students that aren't really trying to be comedians.
Okay.
But they'll take our improv classes. And improv personally has changed my life. Just the mentality and the methodology of what improv represents, coming from a place of yes, accepting, collaborating with people on stage. That's life. That's everyday life. Mm-hmm. So we get doctors, lawyers, teachers, stay-at-home moms that just take an improv class just because it's something to get out of the house.
Yeah.
And then they get hooked because they find a group of people that are yes-anding their thoughts, that are supporting them, that they have their back. So we teach improv as well as stand-up.
Okay.
So we have a lot of people that are like, I want to be a stand-up comedian because I watch Netflix and I'm funny. And I say, yes, you are, but let's figure out how to make that structured so people on stage will actually laugh at the things that you're saying.
Correct.
We also offer sketch. So if you're like, man, my dream is to go to Saturday Night Live and be on that show. Well, you probably need to take a sketch class because you need to learn how to write those jokes and how to perform with others.
Right.
We also do corporate training.
Okay.
So
tell me a little bit about that one.
So what we'll do is we'll either go to a company or a company will come here. We will do team building events with them, how to communicate, how to non-verbally communicate, making eye contact, how to build things together, how to come from a place of yes. When an idea is presented to you, it's better. It's a lot of people's tendencies would say, oh, that's not going to work because we don't have the budget, we don't have the people. But if you come from a place of yes, yes, we can do that because we can find sponsors.
Yeah.
Or yes, we can get volunteers. You know, if you come from a place of how do you build someone's idea versus tear it down, it works better for everyone.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of that corporate training. We've worked for AT&T, JCPenney's. We've worked for Amazon. We've worked for a lot of major companies, Nike, in doing team building and helping their teams grow.
Well, that's really cool. And so you either do it here or you do it at a different location for that training?
Yeah, so we have, here at the Comedy Arena, we have the Laugh Out Lounge, which is our lounge downstairs, tables, chairs, just where we are right now, where you can kind of come and just hang out and chill. But upstairs we have a full theater. And what we'll usually do is just move all the tables and have that big open floor space, and we'll do things together.
Okay.
On our feet, there's a little bit of lecture.
Yeah.
There's a lot of activity, a lot of laughs. Everyone walks away laughing. Sometimes tears are literally running down their face. It's a great experience.
And are there any other programs that you do with the schools to partner with them? And tell us a little bit about that.
So every summer we have a summer camp.
Okay.
So we have all grades, they come through and they do a summer camp, and after the camp is over, they do a show for their parents. And our summer camp counselors are excellent because they're actually teachers. So they're performers that perform here on the weekends, but they're teachers during midday and by trade.
Yeah.
And I believe 3 of them are drama teachers.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of lends itself
Kinda helps.
lends itself well. We also have programs for kids during the school year where we'll go to a school.
Okay.
Usually we'll meet with their drama instructor, and we'll put together a drama team for them, and we'll teach them improv and teach them how to play some of the games that we play here at our comedy sports show. And then they will do tournaments with each other. They'll do competitions within their school or outside of other schools. So yeah, we do a lot.
And is that more at the junior and high school level, like the more when you actually go into
typically
the school?
junior and high school level, because that's where they have drama departments.
Right.
But we do get the grade age kids during our camps.
During the camps, yeah. So how, do you go kindergarten all the way up, or?
We typically don't go kindergarten. We typically
Okay.
start like in 3rd grade.
3rd grade,
Because
okay.
they can comprehend the,
Yeah, that's about
the
right.
structure, because
Yeah.
there's more structure, whereas kindergartners are like, what's this? What's this? What's this? It's like, no, get over. Right, so it's easier to wrangle up a 3rd grader than it is a kindergartner.
Yeah,
So
yeah, because everything's so new and fresh.
everything's new and fresh. Everything's exciting. Look at me. Look at me. Listen to me. It's like, no, we need to work together. No, look at me. So yeah, kindergartens are a little bit hard to train right now, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe eventually.
Eventually we'll get them.
Get them.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about so we talked about the adult classes that you offer. We talked about the programs for kids and then for the corporations. As far as the shows that you offer here on the weekends, what days of the week typically, and tell us about the variety of shows you've got.
So we offer a plethora of shows. You can see all of our show listings on the comedyarena.com under shows. But some of our highlighted shows that we like to feature is comedy sports.
Okay.
Comedy sports is an international improv troupe. There's like 30 worldwide.
Okay.
There's one in Manchester, Portland, New York, LA, Chicago, and we run and operate the one here in DFW.
Okay.
That show is really fun because it's for everyone. It's for all audiences, kids, parents, grandparents, because it's a clean show.
Yeah.
And it's structured that way. And that show is really fun because we get 2 teams, a red team and a blue team. They compete against each other. After each round, the audience gets to vote who gets the points. They get to cheer for their favorite comedians. They get to boo their least favorite comedians.
Yeah.
At the end of the round, they get to vote again, and then at the end of the night, there's a winner.
Okay. And is that team comprised of some of the students, or is it?
So that team is
different?
our professional players.
Okay.
So our troupe consists of about 35 performers.
Okay.
And we rotate them out. We schedule them and we rotate them out. So it's like 3-on-3. Then there's a referee.
Okay.
There's a sound announcer, and that usually comprises of the show. That's a really fun show. It's a solid show.
Yeah.
And then of course we have our standard stand-up that you would see on Netflix.
Okay.
Where we'll bring in a headliner. It could be a local comedian or it could be an international comedian that'll kind of come through. They'll do usually a Friday, a Saturday show, and those are usually the shows right after comedy sports.
Okay.
And then we have a late night show, which starts usually at 10 or 10:30, and that's our more adult shows. We call that Arena After Dark, because usually by then there are no kids coming to the show.
Yeah.
We feature a couple of shows like the humor games,
Okay.
where we get 10 to 12 improvisers, and very much like the Hunger Games, they get voted off each round until there's one person
One
left.
left.
Right? So they're working together, but they're not working together because they still want to win.
Yeah.
And that's very adult. You get very colorful suggestions yelled out at that show. And throughout that time slot, we also have other improv troupes that'll come in or other specialty acts.
Okay.
On Saturdays, we have a family-friendly magician show that comes in once a month.
Is it comedy magician? Oh.
So it's comedy.
Comedic magician.
Comedic magic.
Comedic magic.
So that's really fun. That's seen some popularity with the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done sketch shows as well.
Okay.
So we do teach sketch comedy, how to write that, as I mentioned before.
Yeah.
And those sketch students do have showcases, and all of our classes has a showcase at the end of it.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes those classes stick around and they form their own troupe and form their own group.
Oh,
and
okay.
then, you know, if they're strong enough, we give them a run, or they can do a couple of weekends or
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have, I mean, we have a lot. We have a lot of other shows.
Yeah.
To go to, but those are our top shows that I would highly recommend.
Okay. Well, tell me about the Jared and Vaughn show. Because you have
yes.
your own
Yes.
show that you run with one of the
One of the owners, yeah.
owners.
So Jared is one of my partners. He's been with the company a little over 10 years.
Okay.
He was with us. So the Comedy Arena has been around for 4 years, but my comedy company has been around for almost 14 years.
Okay.
So we've been doing comedy, not in our own space, but we've been doing it at conventions. We've just been traveling.
Birthday parties.
Birthday parties. We were literally traveling, a traveling improv troupe.
Yeah.
And that's when it got to the point I was like, we probably should open a place.
Yeah.
So yes, Jared and I, we do a two-man show.
Mm-hmm.
It's about an hour where we literally get on stage and play pretend for an hour. it's the best job. We literally play pretend.
Yeah.
And that's an adult show too.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be, but it's the late slot,
Yeah.
time slot, and usually by then people had a drink or two, and
Yeah.
you can't control what people say.
Yeah.
But we work with it. We work
Right.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've been to the sports show.
Comedy sports.
Comedy sports, and then I've been to the late night, the Jared and Vaughn. I haven't gone to a stand-up one yet with a guest.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
It's
Sorry.
it's basically what you've seen on any TV show.
Okay.
It's good comedy. We usually feature 3 comics for
Okay.
those shows. So if you're like, oh, I didn't really care for the first guy, the second guy was really good, and the third guy was really good. At least you have a
Oh, okay.
variety, and we try to mix up our demographics of our shows. So we
Okay.
try to represent a lot of different people, and
Yeah.
a lot of different point of views
Yeah.
on our stages.
So that's cool. So with the stand-up show, you get 3 stand-up comedians, not just one. That's nice.
Typically 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes you get 4. Sometimes you get a
Oh.
special guest. Or if we get a really big name, they usually want a little bit more time, so you might get 2.
Right.
So anywhere from 2 to 4 comics you can see. Have you taken any classes?
I haven't taken any classes
And
because I'm getting to that point
oh,
of taking a class.
all right, we're gonna look for you. We have intro to stand up and
Yeah.
intro to improv starting every month.
Probably improv is probably where I'll start.
I usually recommend improv first.
Yeah.
Because you're not by yourself.
Yeah.
People, if you're stage fright, if you're like, I'm not sure, well, you're on stage with other people, and it's their job to make you look good. So
Yeah.
knowing that you have that in your corner.
With
makes it
stand up,
easier.
I'm like, I'm funny, but I'm not that funny. So
You don't know that yet.
Probably, I don't know that yet.
You don't know that yet. You have no idea. You have no idea how funny you are.
Okay. So what makes the Comedy Arena different than some of the other comedy clubs here in this area and the DFW?
So what makes us really unique is a few things. The first thing is that we don't specialize in only stand-up.
Okay.
There are some clubs that are we're just a stand-up club.
Okay.
And there are some clubs that are like, well, we're more of an improv club, but we do stand-up.
Okay.
And there's really not a club that only does sketch. We cover the gamut of comedy.
Okay.
We aren't just a stand-up comedy club. We cover the gamut of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes us unique. What also makes us unique is that not a lot of the other clubs teach
Yeah.
what we do. So not only can you come and see what we do, we can actually teach you to do what we do as well. I mean, there are some here in the Metroplex, but I do feel that because most of our performers are our teachers,
Yeah.
you can actually say, oh, well, you saw Vaughn on stage on Saturday, and now on Thursday you're taking his class and he's teaching you what he just did, and you can talk about it and you can say, oh, you did this, why did you do that? Or, we have that direct link.
Yeah.
Versus you just see shows and then you go to the shows and your teachers totally has never they can't connect.
There's
with
no connection,
They can't
yeah.
connect with what you've done. What also makes us unique is that our lounge and our club,
Okay.
we're on 2 separate floors.
Yeah.
So downstairs, even if you didn't come to see a show, you can still come to the Comedy Arena, sit at our bar, grab a drink, sit at one of our couches, just lounge, visit with your friends, and you don't have to go see a show. You can literally just come here and hang out. We're looking to open during the day, so
Okay.
you can come and grab lunch, you can grab coffee, you can sit here and telework from here as well.
Yeah. Have to do that sometime.
Yes.
Bring my laptop and just.
Yes, so it's pretty quiet here. It's a pretty nice view.
Yeah.
It's a lot of windows. So that makes us unique as well too.
Okay.
So we're able to you can chill down here, or you can go upstairs and actually watch a show.
Okay.
Where there's a stage and you're a traditional comedy club.
Okay.
So it's like 2 businesses in one.
Oh, okay.
Coffee house lounge by day,
Yeah, exactly.
comedy club and bar by night. So that makes it kind of unique. Also down here, we have a little portable stage that we can bring down off the wall.
Oh, okay.
So we have had open mics down here. We've had
Oh.
live music down here. We've done karaoke. We've done lip sync battles down
fun.
here as well.
Yeah.
So down here in the lounge, it has its own personality and it does come to life as well.
Okay. Well, let's go take a quick tour of your facility.
Sure.
And we'll wrap it up.
All right, let's wrap it. Welcome to the Laugh Out Lounge. This is the part of the comedy club that's unique to us. We do have a lounge area where you can hang out, you can drink coffee during the day, you can work here during the day, grab a sandwich or a flatbread. It's just kind of a really chill vibe. Usually we have like coffee house jazz playing, so it's really kind of mellow and a good place to de-stress, especially if you're working and you're like, "Argh!" Just kind of brings you down. Over here we have some comfy love seats and some chase lounges that you can just kind of sit and hang out. I did a lot of the designing here. I built some of these sconces. I built these guys from Lowe's and Home Depot, put some pipes together. I couldn't find any coffee tables that were the right size. So I built these coffee tables in my garage.
Oh, cool.
So that's kind of a cool little feature. Here we have two high tops that seat 6 people or 8, depending if you want to grab another stool or not. We have the Laugh Out Lounge sign that we made from Hobby Lobby. Thank you, Hobby Lobby. Shout out to you. We're not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor us, Hobby Lobby, we are here because a lot of your stuff is in this space. Here is what I'm calling the door chandelier. It was a door. My brother had it in his garage, and I made it into a chandelier, added some lights.
Yeah.
And for all the comics that come and visit us, they can come and see their name in lights. So, your name in lights. So, there you go.
I thought you were going to say they all sign it.
Well, actually, we do have a board
Get up
upstairs.
there.
We do have a board upstairs that they all our comics sign
Okay.
on our back wall. By day, it's like a coffee house,
Okay.
place you can kind of hang out. By night, this, of course, becomes more of a bar. Here we have our full-service bar that we have a few drink specials. We feature Tufts beer here because they are local and we love those guys, Keith and Chris. They're actually moving right across the street from the Comedy Arena. They just had a groundbreaking ceremony not too long ago, so we're really excited to have Tufts as our #1 on tap beer here.
Cool.
Of course, we have all the liquors that are meant to be drank. So during the evening times, this place is really lively. We also have a pull-down stage down here. So we can pull down the stage, we can have open mic down here, we've done karaoke, we've done a lip sync battle down here. We do a lot of fun. Sometimes we will have like private parties, and all these tables are on wheels, so we can move the tables out and we can kind of gather right here and do some improv stuff as well down here as well too.
Okay.
So this is a multifunctional space that we love having as an addition to the Comedy Arena.
Yeah.
Here's our box office. This is where we would check you in. Sorry it's a little bit dark, but it's a nightclub, you know. Gotta keep that ambiance. So we seat about 60 here, 60 comfortably.
How many uncomfortably?
Uncomfortably, probably 65.
Exactly.
Usually right around our sellout capacity, we will sell the show out and not invite more people in. So this way the experience is good for everybody. We don't overpack because then it's miserable for everybody.
Yeah.
We want everybody to be able to get good service from our servers.
Yeah.
And if there's too many people, you can't be as attentive to them.
Yeah.
And it lends for a better experience for everybody.
Okay.
So here is our stage. Backstage, we have a green room where the performers can get dressed, where they can kind of hang out before the show.
Well, let's go look at the backstage.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we write down different notes, who's doing what, the liners. We have comics that are coming through. We welcome them. We have a little drop table, mirror for makeup, lockers for the players, overflow of Cokes and Pepsis. And then you can enter the stage through a curtain, or you can enter through the door. And then this is the stage view. The cool thing about our club is that our comics usually, historically when comics, their time is up, you get a flashlight. They let you know you have 2 minutes with a flashlight. We actually have a countdown clock.
Oh, okay.
So if you are doing a 30-minute set, we'll set it to 30 and it'll just count down. And as a comic, you're like, okay, I got 5 minutes left. I can tell these jokes. I have 2 minutes left. I need to wrap it up.
Yeah.
And it's really, really helpful. If you own a comedy club, I highly recommend getting a countdown clock because it's much better than a light. Yeah, this is it. So when we first opened and we were downstairs, we of course didn't have a catering license or a food license. So we sold packaged candy and packaged chips. And when we reopened, we stopped selling the candy, and then customers were like, "Where's the candy?" So we are like, "Okay, we'll bring back the candy." I wear beanies a lot, being I have no hair. And these I like because they are
Get the fleece inside?
fleece inside.
Oh, yeah.
So they're double insulated. And then we have these Comedy Arena bottle openers, which my brother did the leather work. He owns a company called Binder Leather Goods.
Oh, nice.
So he's designed these for us. Yep.
So is this above the arcade as well?
No, there's another floor between this and the arcade. There's a second floor.
And are these different
So
vendors?
this is a photo studio.
Okay.
And this is, I think, like an engineer firm.
And this is open space for whoever wants it, or?
So they added it to their lease, so now they are technically responsible for it.
Okay.
But they never do anything here, so whenever we need something, we just say, hey, is it okay if we use it? And they're like, yeah, we never use it, so.
Yeah.
So we would have chairs and tables set up here. It was really cool because the water tower would light up.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the McKinney sign would light up, so it gave it a really cool
Vibe, yeah.
cool feel. All right, let's get inside where it's not so cold.
I know. Vaughn, how can they find you and the Comedy Arena? What are some of the places that they can
Find me. I have enough stalkers. I don't need.
Okay, how can they find the Comedy Arena?
So the Comedy Arena, we are located in downtown McKinney.
Okay.
We are right off the square. So we are literally on the corner of Virginia and I-5 or
Okay.
McDonald.
Yeah.
We're right there in the corner in those two big, beautiful buildings that were not even 5 years old yet. We're right in front of the parking garage.
Okay.
Our address is 305 East Virginia.
Okay.
You can't miss us because there's a big sign right in front of us that says the Comedy Arena.
And then your website is thecomedyarena.com?
It's easy, yeah, www.thecomedyarena.com. There
Okay.
you can see all of our shows, you can see the classes, you can purchase tickets there.
Okay.
If you want to hire us to come to a corporate event, I mean, we can fit almost any budget.
Okay.
Like for $2, we can call you up in the middle of the night, tell you a knock-knock joke,
Okay.
but no punchlines because those are $5.
Okay.
Right? Or
Got it.
for $1 billion,
Yeah.
I will literally break this lease. We will move in with you and do comedy every day for the rest of your life. So
Okay.
you just need one of those clients. So if you're interested,
Okay. I'm not there yet.
okay, not there yet. But you can get all this on our website. You can book us there as well to do private events, or you can book to rent out this place. We've actually had 2 weddings here.
So I was just about to ask, have you had any people request for like wedding?
We've had 2 weddings here, and we've done a lot of corporate private parties. We've done
Yeah.
a lot of holiday parties. We've done a few birthday parties. We rent out the whole. Some people rent out just the upstairs. Some rent out upstairs and downstairs.
Okay.
But yeah.
That's cool. And then do you have any social handles that they can follow, social handles?
Yes. All of our social handles are the Comedy Arena.
Okay.
The Comedy. So,
So
if you go
at
to
the
Instagram,
Comedy
at the
Arena.
Comedy Arena, Facebook
Okay.
at the Comedy Arena, they're all at the Comedy Arena.
Okay.
Twitter at the Comedy Arena, they're all there.
Vaughn, thank you so much for allowing us to come out and take a quick look at the Comedy Arena and get to know you a little bit more. So I really appreciate that.
Well, it was great meeting you as well.
Yeah. For those of you that are watching, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please visit the Comedy Arena in historic downtown McKinney. We'll have all the information down in the description below, so be sure to check that out. If you want to watch another interview that I've done for another business, you want to click this video right here. And for something else totally amazing, you want to watch this video right over here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.